Hey guys, this is Kevin O'Toole, and this is my post-mortem for APD2, term 1408. So I'm going to summarize my development process. Basically, I started off by starting off with all the layouts, getting that to work. Next, I started off with, didn't start off, but next I worked on parse.com, which is the backend database, which is storing all the recipes for the application. Um, it was tricky, and I knew I had to get that working in the beginning, so that this way I can concentrate on everything else in the application. Um, Being able to pull the data, parse the data, and get everything from that site was a little tricky since I had never used it. Next, I worked on all my custom adapters, populating all my list views, getting all my arrays, my array lists, everything like that. Um, Then after that, it was pretty much fine-tuning it, getting all the detailed views to work, and then working on a swipe feature, which I had never used before. I also implemented the tab navigation, which I haven't used before either. So it was a lot of learning, a lot of researching, a lot of, you know, uh, videos, YouTube videos, instructional videos, everything. It was a lot of stuff I had to do this month. Um, the biggest challenges was working with that swipe view. I didn't make it for my week 3 project for the milestone 2, so that wasn't part of it. I did get it working for the final project, so that was good. I felt accomplished with that. I was having a lot of issues swiping left and right. When they reached the end of the list, the app would crash. Um, but I ended up figuring out how to use an if statement, to get that to work. Do I consider my app a success? It's good. Is it App Store ready? It still needs some polishing. Um, it's something that if I worked on it for a while, got the database to be a huge database. Right now, it's only got a couple recipes in each of the different categories, but that's just for this class purpose. If I did have it to where it was a very extensive database, maybe even adding features that recipes can be added to the database, not necessarily removed, but if a recipe is not in a database and a user has an idea for a recipe, they could submit it to the database. It's other ideas I'm playing with. Um, at the moment, I consider it a success for all the things that I learned and that I've done with this application, but it can still be polished. Anything can still be polished. Um, one of the most valuable lessons I learned, I won't say time management. I pretty much kept my time where I needed to be. Pretty much all my free time was spent working on this application. If I wasn't at work, I was either at Starbucks working on this or at home working on this. So I did spend a lot of time on this application, but it was a lot to learn, a lot of new things to learn. A lot of the stuff we already knew was easy to implement, but this was all about learning new features and getting everything up to date. Other than that, I think I had a pretty successful month, and I'm looking forward to next month, and I will see all you guys later. Have a good night.